Instead, locals had even more questions. Karon's grandfather wanted to know how such a shooting could even be deemed legal.
I'm black. If I would have killed the white boy on that street, they would have put me under the jail.
I don't understand why y'all are protecting his name and saying it's going to breach the investigation.
This ain't time for Florida. This is Washington, D.C. And who killed Karon Blake is a black George Zimmerman.
The police quickly responded. They could not say.
We're not releasing the name at this time because this is an active criminal investigation. If there were circumstances where we needed the public's help in helping, their help to identify the individual, of course, absolutely, we probably put pictures out.
Police now identifying the would-be robber as 30-year-old Eric Eugene Washington. Late Thursday night, Eric barged into this taqueria off South Gessner wearing all black, a ski mask and gloves.
She has poured antifreeze all over. She's just destroying the store.
There's the lady in question. Came in and asked to use the clerk's telephone. He said sure. And then?
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT time. PGT time. Tune in on PGT time. PGT time. Come join us on PGT time. PGT time. Join us on PGT time. PGT time. Yeah.
So much on my lips right now. My tongue tied into knots and twists. Can you read all the words that I'm out? Or can you feel me like a kiss? Blowing back in my mind. My thoughts tricking me all the time. Not one more word from you. I think I found a way to say what I want to say with my soul. Please don't let go. I would give you anything, 'cause you are my everything. When words won't say, oh, I want you to know. Pay attention to the space I'm on. You and for me. 'Cause you're here and you're welcome. Don't take me yet, but stay for this. And don't hide, 'cause I ain't got no time to wait. 'Cause I made this space. We fill the room from wall to wall and leave no words unsaid. 'Cause I like them, baby. I made her room, invited you, 'cause I want us to lay out and spread, stay with my soul.
Hey, y'all. I tell you, we've been having technical difficulties all night. Hold on. Let's get our backdrop together. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get it together. Yeah, I can see everything. Welcome to BT Time. Look at Poolie. Y'all, Poolie fell asleep. He was tired. I can't get it, Poolie. See, he say I always mess it up. It happened literally right when it was time for y'all to come on. That's when it started. Oh my gosh, it's really messing up. Let's I don't even have nothing to go to. Poolie, fix it. Explicit language. Are we on Roku? Are we on Roku tonight? Are we on Roku? It's your girl, the missus with the kisses. Mwah. Yes, we didn't get the button this time. And baby, it's the okay. He's still fixing it. I'm just gonna sit back and let Poolie fix it, do his thing. That's what I'm gonna let him do his thing. I'm gonna let him lead. But y'all, thank y'all so much. While we try to get it together, y'all, let's go into a quick commercial. Did y'all vote? Did you vote? We need y'all to vote.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT time. PGT time. Tune in on PGT time. PGT time. Come join us on PGT time. PGT time. Join us on PGT time. PGT time. Yeah.
All right. We got it together. Well, Poolie got it together. Y'all, this Poolie. This is my husband. You know, he was trying to fix everything.
What up, though?
Well, I'm so thankful that y'all here tonight. We got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Chewy's acting crazy. But before we get started, I have to make sure that I put this up. PGT Time gives our condolences to Kenyatta Cosby and the family. Hashtag Donis. Okay. So y'all gonna see this going throughout the show. For those that remember, Kenyatta was the young lady that came on the show that her son was missing, and he was with her grandmother, and he had jumped out the car and everything. Well, they did find his body. So our condolences to Kenyatta and her family. So that is our update for tonight. I will locate her GoFundMe, and I would post that on there just as well. And if y'all could donate, please donate. Just please donate, okay, to help out with funeral costs and everything. So, all right, let's get into the update. Like I said, the update is with Kenyatta. First, I'm gonna show y'all a pre-recorded video, and then we'll get into the news as of a couple days ago. Here we go.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus.
Family is pleading for your help tonight in locating their loved one who's been missing for more than 2 weeks. The family of 21-year-old Midonyis Cosby says they've been searching for days. Midmission News' Courtney Bennett join us. Courtney, what can you tell us about this case?
Dave, Midonyis Cosby was last seen on November 4th. Family members say he was released from a mental health facility with new medication and never made it home.
We just need to get him home, y'all. We just need to get him home. And
Cosby was last seen near Habitat for Humanity on West Holland Street in Saginaw. He was with his grandmother, according to his family. His mother, Kenyatta Cosby, says although he is an adult, there's concern for his safety and well-being.
He does not have the mind of a 21-year-old. So he's not dangerous to anybody, but he is more scared of you because if he feel like somebody chasing him.
She says she checked him into a facility, and that was the last time she saw him.
He was with my grandmother. I was at work. He asked for help himself. This is the first time in years. It was super important. It was super hopeful because we were thinking he was gonna be okay because he asked for his own help this time.
Midonyis Cosby is 6'4" and 150 pounds, and he was last seen wearing blue jogging pants, a black t-shirt, and black slides. Now his family just wants to reunite with him. The family says they have searched the area hoping to find him. If anyone has any information on where Midonyis Cosby is, they can call the Saginaw Police at 989-759-1289.
All right, y'all. So, they did find him in the river. I did talk to Kenyatta today. A lot of people were sending the story to me, but I wanted to make sure that, I spoke with her first before I brought it to PGT time. She thanked everybody for their prayers. She's very hurt, of course, devastated, angry, everything. So we just ask that everyone continue to pray for her. Again, she did give me permission to come on here and play these clips. So here is the update, and here we go.
With coverage you can count on, this is WNEM TV5 News.
A disturbing discovery in mid-Michigan. This is an update to a breaking news story we first brought you at 4 after authorities pulled a body from the Saginaw River. Saginaw police say some men were walking along the riverfront in downtown Saginaw when they spotted the person face down in the waters just behind the Temple Theater. TV5's Raven Blue has the latest on the investigation and spoke with one of the men who first reported the body.
This afternoon, a couple of gentlemen were walking down the river path there and looked into the river and noticed that there was a person deceased floating in the river.
Law enforcement has recovered the body of an unidentified person Friday afternoon in the Saginaw River behind the Temple Theater in downtown Saginaw. Nicholas Bratchert was one of the men who found the body as they walked along the river path.
Kept walking and went around a bend and seen there was a body, and I was like, whoa, it scared me.
Bratchert says he initially thought the body was fake. When he realized it wasn't, he called 911. Saginaw police and fire quickly responded.
It's too early to determine the age, race, sex, any of that at this point, just because it appears that the person had been in there for an extended period of time.
Detective Sergeant Matthew Giroux says investigators have yet to determine how long the body was in the river, but says it is possible it traveled from another location.
It could have come upriver, and it flows to the north. Saginaw is one of the only rivers in the world that actually flow to the north, and it obviously didn't come from the south.
The body will undergo an autopsy to determine the cause of death.
It's unfortunate that this is someone's loved one that was found in the river there. Our hearts go out to them, and we're going to try to figure out the manner in which this person died.
Prayers go out to the family of the one that, whoever that is. God bless. Sorry about that.
In Saginaw, Raven Blue, WNEM TV5.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Blake Keller. Here's a look at the top stories we're following today. Saginaw police confirming a body recovered from the Saginaw River last Friday was that of Midonyis Cosby. The 21-year-old went missing in November. His body was spotted in the water behind the Temple Theater last Friday afternoon. Police say they used dental records to identify Cosby. Autopsy results have not yet been released. 2 people now in jail in Genesee County after a woman was
I didn't cut it off early enough. Sorry about that, y'all. But again, our prayers goes out to Kenyatta and her family. Rest in peace to Midonyis. And Kenyatta wanted everybody to know that she would love if you guys would do #Donis. #Donis. I'm going to put up her GoFundMe before the end of the show. And if you can donate, please donate towards the funeral services and everything. And I think that's about it. This was sad. This was really, 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 really sad. I mean, it's so much that went on around this whole thing. And one thing I do want to share with y'all, and she told me I could share anything with y'all, so I do want to share this. She went to the river that night and slept in her car. Her and someone else. She has a witness. And she slept in her car that night. And she said she woke up in the middle of the night, just boo-hoo crying, screaming out, praying. And she said she prayed and asked God to bring her baby to her. She said, no matter the circumstances, just please bring my baby to me. Because I can't take this hurt and pain no more. Please bring him to me. And she said she went back to sleep. She said when she woke back up, the police was knocking on her window, telling her she got to move her car because there is an investigation going on that they have found a body in the river. But as y'all see, they had to wait until they got the dental records to determine, because he had been in there for over 60 days. So it's sad. I've been knowing Kenyatta since I was like 15, 16 years old. 15, 16 years old. So my heart goes out to her once again, her family. This baby was loved, everything. So, all right, y'all. We're going to move right along. Okay, that is the end of our updates. And now we're into something new. And we're going to go ahead and crank it up a little bit, y'all. This woman showed her ass fully. Allegedly in explicit language. Okay? Here we go.
New video tonight shows a wild outburst at a Detroit gas station. Surveillance video shows the woman trashing the Exxon in the area of Livernois and the Davison. Our Tim Pamplin getting answers tonight from Detroit police with a night cam. Tim.
We're at the Exxon gas station, Livernois and Davison, Detroit's west side, recently renovated, brand spanking new, built from the ground up. But early today, things went a little lopsided when a lady had a meltdown, started throwing things, salsa everywhere, and causing $23,000 worth of damage. And it was all caught on police green light cameras.
She has poured antifreeze all over. She's just destroying the store.
There's the lady in question. Came in and asked to use the clerk's telephone. He said sure. And then?
She wanted to use it again. He told her he couldn't. She went crazy after that.
That's the voice of the manager. She doesn't want to be on camera. And from this video, you can see why.
I don't know what's making people snap. You only can be so kind. I don't know what people want anymore.
After destroying the snack aisle, she then made a beeline for the stew, an Italian dressing. Check it out. She even grabs a can of Spam, rips the top off, throws it at the clerk.
I am lost for words. This is like embarrassing.
While this is going down, the clerk frantically calls 911. Like we say, he's a green light member. Police were watching.
The green light partner, you do have them confirming the subject is within the location.
And that's when the person sitting on the freezer there notices out the window. Detroit police pulling up on the scene.
Oh my God.
That doesn't seem to faze our girl here. Dumps a bottle of antifreeze and states the obvious.
I'm gonna jail.
Yes, she is going to jail. The manager tells me she sees far too much of this.
You have to get it together. Temper tantrums are not going to get you anywhere. Because that was a whole temper tantrum.
Where this temper tantrum did get her? Well, to the Detroit lockup, where she sits at this hour. That is the scene on the west side with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Damn shame. Damn shame.
All I got to say is,
damn shame.
I ain't embarrassed at all whatsoever because I don't know what type of cloth she cut from. I don't know. This heifer is crazy. Ain't nobody got the... Oh, I wish I could tell them the story when she cell phone. We can't tell the story. Okay, if Wooly say we can tell the story, we'll tell the story after the next commercial. So I can tell him what I'm talking about when I say the cell phone. You know, people wanting to borrow cell phones and shit. You know, all that was unnecessary, very unnecessary. And it may not have been a cell phone. It could have been just a regular phone. But don't come ask me, can you use my phone? Heifer, it's COVID. It is COVID still out here. No, you cannot use my phone. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask. Unless it's an emergency. If it's a kid, yes, kids can use my phone at any time. No, they can't hold my phone. They got germs too, shit. They can't hold my phone. Can't nobody hold my phone. Okay? Except for Poolie. Poolie can hold my phone. My mama can hold my phone too. My daddy too. And my kids. I let my kids hold my phone. I remember. I just told Poolie this story. I told Poolie. I said, Kirsten was on the phone with your mom. I said, and I heard her, like they was FaceTiming on the phone. And I heard Kirsten say, Chewy's licking Mimi's face. And baby, I almost flipped. Okay. I said, Kirsten, don't you let Chewy lick on my doggone phone. That's nasty. She said, just like this. Huh? This daddy phone, mama. This ain't your phone. I said, okay, carry on. Carry on.
Terrible.
Like, they already know. You know, the only time my kids get to play with my phone is if it's an emergency and we are out somewhere and they is just getting on my nerves. Here you go. You can use phone. Nail shot. And they ain't brought their tablets. We just went on humbug. Then, yeah, you can use my phone. Well, I'm up there getting my nails done. And they ain't getting my phone until I'm sitting down at that chair. So, let's get into some comments. BG, this is BG comment on the last with Midonyis. And y'all, we're gonna run this throughout the show for tonight. BG said, very, very sad. The hospitals can hold someone for up to a year if they are truly in need of mental health services. They didn't have to rush him out so fast. Sorry to hear this. Yes, and from what Kenyatta says, she even signed a sheet. She signed for something for them not to release him. And he got released anyways. So I just said, this is not about Midonyis, but this is about the girl that was just going crazy. What an idiot. She said, what an idiot. BG said, shocked she wasn't shot. Exactly. Now, the question is, hold on. BG said, can't use my phone or my car. Not in an emergency either. I know that's right, girl. But the question is, do y'all think, and y'all can answer this throughout the show or at the end of the show, you can answer right now. I don't care. But do y'all think it was $23,000 worth of stuff she messed up in there? They said that she messed up $23,000 in that stuff. Did y'all see $23,000 messed up? Let us know. Let us know. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Okay, y'all, we gotta move right along. Now, you know, tonight is Peachy Talks. We talk about love and relationships, and we show crime. So, what?
We show crime.
And we show love and relationships too. This is well, if Poolie feel like this is the very first one, then damn it, this is the first one. It's actually love and relationships and crime mixed together. Here we go.
In court, the public defender for Robin Williams said the person she's accused of assaulting is her fiance. The deputy, according to court documents, accused of violence with her girlfriend. Missouri City police officer Robin Williams leaving the Harris County Jail this morning after posting $15,000 bond.
The charge is continuous violence against the family.
Williams, who is a candidate for Houston mayor, is accused of assaulting her fiance with her police baton and punching him in the mouth on New Year's Eve. Also, allegedly using her department-issued taser on him in another incident in August. Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Asia Taylor Jones is charged with aggravated assault of a family member and currently on administrative status, according to the department. Houston police say on January 6th, Jones went to her girlfriend's apartment and started banging on her window so hard that it shattered the window. Court documents say once inside the apartment, Jones and her girlfriend got into a verbal and physical altercation. Then Jones pulled out a gun and said, "I'm going to shoot you," before firing the weapon one time. Jones is currently out on a $40,000 bond.
They should be held at a higher standard.
Dr. Conti Terrell with Fresh Spirit Wellness is a domestic violence recovery expert. She says the power dynamics can make it harder for a victim when the alleged abuser is a member of law enforcement.
A lot of times they have the blue code where they're not going to report it, or the officer's boss will try to still minimize it to keep them in the position that they're in and not lose their job. It is vital that you still report.
Officer Williams' campaign manager says she is still in the race for Houston mayor and will have more to say tomorrow. Live in the newsroom, Sion Rhodes.
Houston mayor was in court this morning facing charges of assaulting her fiancé. Prosecutors say she's charged with a third-degree felony. KPRC 2's Brittany Jeffers joining us live from the courthouse with more on the officer's new bond conditions. Brittany?
Yes, Lisa, we were in the courtroom for that initial appearance, which wrapped up about an hour ago. And you referenced those bond conditions. The judge says that Williams is not allowed to have a contact with that alleged victim, and she's also not allowed to carry a firearm. But the Missouri City police officer, Robin Williams, was in this courtroom after she bonded out of jail yesterday, posting that $15,000 bond. Now, Williams, who is a candidate for Houston mayor, is accused of assaulting her fiance with her police baton and punching him in the mouth. Now, allegedly using her department-issued taser on him during another incident in August. Now, today, both sides weighed in. The prosecutor for the district attorney's office, as well as the attorney representing Miss Williams, spoke with us in the hallway after that initial appearance.
Everyone should be held accountable. It doesn't matter what their status is in the community or who they are. Everyone should be held to the same accountability that the citizens of Harris County expect.
The judicial system will play out. We have faith in the Constitution. It's very early on. We don't want to rush to judgment, and our intention is to be very thorough and very cautious.
I've also reached out to the Missouri City Police Department for comment, but I've not yet heard back. Reporting live, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC.
Man, that's crazy. She's a mayor of Houston candidate. She's a candidate. But yes, that was the crazy part to me too, Audra. You a police officer and you a candidate to be a mayor, and you sitting up here acting a fool over this man.
Not even over.
Just acting a fool. That's crazy to me. Look, DG said she's a jackass, so let her pay anyway. Exactly. Exactly. She just wasted some money. You know, that's money bread she could have had in her pocket. You know, that's what she could have had in her pocket. But instead, she was like, fuck it. All right, y'all. We finna go ahead and get into our next clip. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but a teacher attacked a child. But I don't even know if it was I don't know. Y'all watch it. It looked like it was attacked to me. But here we go. There's some bad kids in the world.
Well, another investigation is underway after an Humble ISD teacher is accused of assaulting a student, and it was all caught on camera.
Domly Keith joining us now live from Humble with more. It's so surprising, Domly, that it happened in a classroom at Humble High School.
Yeah, that's exactly what the parents are saying. And they're saying that the video of what happened to their son here at Humble High School yesterday is hard to watch. They say it's even more difficult knowing it was a teacher that put his hands on it.
This is when he grabbed them, slung them across the table and chairs, and then slammed them up against the wall.
Is this appropriate behavior for a teacher?
It's very upsetting.
Elbert Bolden says school officials told him there was a substitute in his son's class at Humble High School Wednesday, so this English teacher came into the class to tell his 10th grade son he's too loud and
stayed in his face, antagonizing him. My son told him, "You told him to be quiet. I'm not saying nothing else." That's when I was told that the teacher snatched the chair from up under my baby.
Bolden says this teacher created chaos in the classroom, and he believes what you're seeing is a crime being committed against his son.
And then you see the students trying to get the teacher off of him. And he's steady yelling, "Why are you putting your hands on him?" Then he slam him on the ground and he get on top of him. I want him arrested, charges filed. I want his teacher's license revoked. I don't want him to be able to go to no school in no state and be able to teach another child in the event that he may do this here again. If I would have put my hands on my baby, I would have been in jail.
He says his son, who was left limping, bruised, and with significant swelling, had to be taken to the emergency room. But Bolden says he's sure his teen would have been taken to jail if he had behaved like the teacher.
Yes, it would have went to jail. My son didn't put his hands on him. That teacher put his hands on my baby. But that teacher got to get in his vehicle and drive home. I have a problem with that. How's my son gonna be mentally? We already see how he is physically. Physically, he'll heal. Myself, my wounds from the military healed, but I still deal with the invisible wounds of it, PTSD.
Now, Humble ISD sent the following statement to me saying this should not have happened. It is unacceptable. The teacher has been put on leave. An investigation is underway, and it is unlikely the teacher will return when the investigation concludes. Now, Humble ISD goes on to say yesterday the teacher was helping out in another classroom when he used physical force to try to get a student to take a seat and listen. These actions are unacceptable and contrary to standards and expectations for all employees. Now, the district also says that it is cooperating fully with a law enforcement investigation. They say Humble ISD police are investigating this matter. Again, the teacher has not been charged. Humble ISD Police Department is investigating. I haven't been able to reach the teacher directly for comment. Reporting live in Humble, I'm Damalie Keith.
All right, I know y'all see Pooley gone. He coming back. He coming back. So his phone rung while the show was going, and he ignored the call. And then this happened. Howard, ball pulls now. Lord, don't you ever interrupt my show again. But if we win the pool, thank you for interrupting the show. Yeah, my husband is into football pools like crazy. So him and that's his homeboy, and he like, we need to go on here and put these stuff in now, like right now. So he'll pull me back. He'll be right back. So that was crazy. That was crazy. You know, don't put your hands on my child. Do not put your hands on my child. But at the same time, I don't know if it went that way or not. I don't know. But at another time, why you all in their business? Why you all in their business? They in a whole nother class. Why you had to go in there and tell them to be quiet? Call the principal. Call the principal. That's what the hell she get paid for. Or he get paid for. Call the principal. Let them walk their asses down there so they can figure out who being too loud. But you know what type of kids you dealing with. Not saying he was a bad kid. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, you know what type of kids you're dealing with. You're around them every day. I'm just saying. So let's go ahead. We finna move on to the next one, y'all. This one I'm going to come back to. This is our main topic for the night. The 13-year-old that was murdered. Yeah, he was murdered. And when I tell y'all, DC they're going crazy, and I'll blame them because I'm mad too. So, but before we get into that, y'all know I name my own clips, right? You know I name my own clips. So this clip right here is called "Hairspray Gone Wild." It ain't funny. It ain't funny at all. It's not a funny clip, but that's what I named the clip. Hairspray Gone Wild. Here we go.
New at 6, she was seriously hurt getting her hair done at a Detroit business, and tonight, the city is shutting the place down. We've learned a hairstylist was running a salon out of a clothing store on Detroit's west side.
And she placed a hairspray can too close to a heater. It exploded, sending a 14-year-old girl to the hospital. Sean Lay, following this story, let's get back to him outside Children's Hospital. You broke this story, and now the city's launched an investigation, Sean.
They have, after we asked some questions of the city about this. Tanasia Brown remains here at Children's Hospital. She's only 14. We found where she was badly injured, a mini salon, one chair in the very back of a clothing store up on 6 Mile. And the city says tonight they're shutting that place down. 14-year-old Tanasia Brown remains in Children's Hospital. She suffered face fractures and lost sight in one eye after a can of hairspray exploded in her face. The teen saw a young woman on Instagram showing off her hair work, and she booked an appointment. That stylist alerts customers that she is unlicensed and says it was her fault that she placed a container of highly flammable, got-to-be freezing spray near her hot curling iron heater. Something salon owners in this area say a licensed stylist would know not to put anything that flammable near something so hot. Tanasia's mom says the stylist didn't seem too concerned that her daughter was so badly injured.
She was a bit nonchalant, had no concern. She says, "I'm so sorry. I'm only 23. I don't have a license."
We searched up and down West McNichols looking for the salon where Tanasia was injured. We found it. It's not a salon. It's in the back corner of a clothing store customers tell me the stylist's mother owns. And since we broke the story yesterday, a mom who took her daughter to the same stylist before her prom says the stylist allegedly offered her daughter marijuana and alcohol. Tanasia's mom says her daughter is now speaking more in the hospital, and today she told her the stylist was allegedly smoking marijuana when she arrived and allegedly offered it to her. David Bell is the director of the city's Building Safety and Engineering Department. He tells me tonight, quote, "We are currently investigating this matter. For now, we believe it's best to close the facility and defer to the state's investigation into the licensing of the cosmetologist." We asked the clothing store owner and the stylist to speak with us again today. Devin and Kimberly, no response. Back to you.
Duh.
So, usually, if you don't have your license, you get fined. Okay? They took it a step further and closed this whole woman clothing shop, closed the boutique with a salon in the back.
You can't have that.
Daughter. Huh?
You can't do that.
Exactly. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out.
No, you think because you got your own shit, you can do your own thing.
Yeah.
In a sense you can, but at the same time, you know, some of them things have other little things you have to go through to get it.
She must have been doing some fire-ass hair. And she was doing it in the back of the boutique and people going in. She only 23 years old.
This was her folk boutique. She know these people.
It was her mama boutique. So they gone. They ain't got nothing now. They closed it down. I don't know what they gonna do. They might have to go back to square one, start from scratch, put that shit in the back trunk, and keep it moving. And keep it moving. Just go get on out the store now, Miss Lady, and put it in the back of your trunk and just ride out. Just ride out. You'll get sold. You'll get sold. Don't even worry about it. But your daughter, and she online. She online trying to get other people. She said she was sorry for what occurred. She said, but I got bills to pay. So anybody that want to book an appointment, please let me know.
It was an accident.
Yes, it was an accident. An accident that she would have known if she would have went to hair school and got a license. Not saying she didn't go to hair school.
But yeah, not necessarily true. Because like I said, the iron is placed in certain spots. She was probably been using the damn.
Did you see how bad that girl looked?
No, I didn't.
Let me show you.
I'm not saying that.
Hold on, we ain't gonna play the whole clip, y'all. We just gonna play just that part, okay?
I'm just saying
it's right at the beginning.
New at 6, she was seriously hurt getting her hair done at a Detroit business, and
she got burned. She got burned.
She can't hardly see. She might be blind in that eye, allegedly.
Yeah, she got burned. It was still an accident.
It was definitely not done purposely.
Right.
No.
It was an accident. The iron was right here. I sprayed the spray and hit her up, and next thing you know, like
right in her eye.
I had no idea. I've been doing that. This is where I have my. Allegedly. But again, this is. If she been doing hair, you got to tell me this is her first head.
Exactly.
If this ain't her first head, she been doing this shit the same way she been doing it, and everything's been copacetic.
Yeah. She had it next to the hot iron. that you put the
Was she spraying it?
I don't know what she was doing.
Nah, if she actually just
I don't know.
put the fucking can next to the iron.
I don't know. It sounded to me it sounded
like
like she was like, oh, let me go ahead and spray her up right quick. Boom! And it happened. That's just my theory. I don't know though. Everything on this show is allegedly. So let's move on to the next clip. This is the clip that I want that was supposed to be played next, but I want Poolie to be here to see this. So this is the 13-year-old that was shot. He is not alive right now. He is deceased. And DC don't want to tell them who did it. They know who did it. They got him in custody, but they don't want to put his name out there. So here we go.
And right now at 5 o'clock, D.C.'s chief of police and other city leaders speaking about that early shooting death on Saturday of a 13-year-old who was suspected of breaking into cars.
And in the days since the fatal shooting, police finally holding a news conference, taking questions. Our Stephanie Ramirez is there. And Stephanie, a forceful tone tonight from the chief just minutes ago.
Absolutely, Marina Gem. Still a lot of questions that we don't have answers to, but the chief opening his silence here, talking about, number one, the rumors and misinformation being spread in the community. In fact, he mentioned a social media post that shows the picture of the 13-year-old killed Karon Blake next to the picture of a white man, inferring that that man is the shooter in this case. The chief confirming that that is not correct. He did not name the shooter, but tells us it is a Black or African-American man and an adult at that involved in this shooting. The chief, though, again, speaking very forcefully against the rumors and misinformation. Here's some of what he said today.
There has been too much misinformation swirling around this incident. Too many people have made assumptions about this case, and it is unfair to the grieving family. Spreading of inaccurate information is dangerous, reckless, and has the potential to adversely impact the investigation and the relationships in our community.
Now, guys, the police report, to go over it again, says that D.C. police responded just before 4 in the morning for a call of a juvenile shot outside of 1033 Quincy Street Northeast. We've been reporting that, according to police and officials, that the legal gun owner went to apparently investigate a noise and confronted a 13-year-old named Karon Blake, who was said to be allegedly breaking into cars. 2 others also fled the scene. Chief Conti would not say how many times the 13-year-old was shot, where or what happened in those moments in between the confrontation and shots being fired. He says that is all part of the investigation that will now be presented to a grand jury. I did ask the question, though, if it is illegal to use lethal force against a property crime in the District of Columbia, then what has to happen here, or what would make this shooting legally justifiable in D.C.? Now, to be clear, again, he would not share the details of what happened before shots were fired, but he did say that in a shooting such as this, that there does have to be done in clear defense of yourself or someone else for those shots to be fired legally. But again, we do not know the details. The chief saying that they are still collecting evidence, mentioning that police were actually talking with a neighbor today about possible surveillance video. But he made the argument that allowing police and investigators to do this investigation and do it right is justice to the family. We'll have more coming up in the next hour, guys. Back to you.
All right, y'all. We are back. Yeah, so that's what's going on in DC right now. We do have a couple more clips on there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair that they're not telling them who did it. But at the same time, I think a lot of the community knows who did it. And they're just waiting on the confirmation. That's what I think. I could be wrong. But
if you from the DC area, hop in the comments real quick.
Exactly. And the only reason why I say that is because of this clip right here. Here we go.
A lot of people in our community are hurting tonight. A 13-year-old is dead, and there is still a lot we don't know. The council member for that community held a meeting tonight so people could share their concerns. Our John Henry was there. He's live in Brookland to amplify some of those voices. John.
Yeah, just 2 hours ago, that community meeting led out of this recreational center here in the Brookland neighborhood. Hundreds of people were there, and the constant question they had was, why has this investigation not progressed more quickly? Just 3 days after the shooting of Karon Blake, many D.C. residents remain frustrated by an absence of answers.
Our office has fielded many questions, calls, emails, concerns.
Ward 5 Councilmember Zachary Parker organized this meeting to inform residents the best he could, but much of what was said still did not satisfy this crowd. Instead, locals had even more questions. Karon's grandfather wanted to know how such a shooting could even be deemed legal.
I'm black. If I would have killed a white boy on that street, they would have put me under the jail.
People here also wanted to know who pulled the trigger.
I don't understand why y'all are protecting his name and saying it's going to breach the investigation. This ain't Tampa, Florida. This is Washington, D.C. And who killed Karon Blake is a black George Zimmerman.
But police quickly responded they could not say.
We're not releasing the name at this time because this is an active criminal investigation. If there were circumstances where we needed the public's help in helping, their help to identify the individual, of course, absolutely, we probably put pictures out.
All those open questions ultimately led some people to even question MPD's effort so far. But MPD responded that it's doing the best it can to get to the bottom of what happened here. It added that it does not want to jeopardize any part of this investigation or the case before it goes any further in the legal system. Guys?
Yeah, a lot of people want that process to move along a lot faster. John, thank you so much. And, John really summed up the sentiments in that room perfectly. I went there tonight just as a citizen. That's my neighborhood. I went to just listen. And what's clear is a lot of people are hurting. And a lot of people are scared. They're hurting because they're not sure what led to why someone would be tempted to shoot a 13-year-old. They want to know who that person is because they're like, we need to move this person away from our community because we don't trust that individual.
Yeah, I'm remembering what Chief Conte said, referring to Karon Blake as a son of the city. Mm-hmm. And so the people who were assembled there were mothers, were aunties, were sisters, were brothers and cousins. Probably many who have been touched by gun violence in the city. And so it's hard sometimes when you aren't getting the answers that you want as soon as you want.
And you have some of those people too, Les, who want solutions. They're just so tired of the violence and hearing about it day in and day out. And they just want it to end. I met a mom who brought her 13-year-old son there just to show him what's happening in this community. And she's urging him to try and come up with a solution.
Bring it back up. Bring us back up. As a mother, when you have a child, and I don't know who's watching that got kids or who don't got kids, but as a mother and as a father too, I'm not a man, but as a mother, you feel like when you have your child, when you done had them 9 months in your stomach and you give birth, you feel like you are the everything of that child. Like, no matter what, nothing should get past you. Nothing. And from some of the stories that I've heard with the families that came on, Cerise came on. She was the first family to come on for 2023. And I remember, Poolie, her saying that it was sad. I mean, but she cussed. She was very upset. But it was sad that the police officers, the news brought the news people, all them people was out there before her. Like, all of them knew her son was out there dead before her. But this was her child that she birthed. And I think that's how a lot of these mothers that's on this clip, I think a lot of them probably have lost a child through gun violence. And it's steady happening, and nobody is making a change or a difference in it.
Yeah, that would explain the uproar that you all just saw in that clip.
Yeah, they was upset.
It ain't just one person, or it's the community.
Exactly.
And they nerves is fucked up because they know who the hell that person is, but they can't say because of the investigation.
Yeah. And y'all got to understand, this is their town. Okay? And we don't know how big or how small it is. But this is their town. And 9 times out of 10, they know.
It's DC.
It's DC. So watch this
DC
right here.
Big.
Watch this clip.
happened early on Saturday. Today, D.C. mayor has now revealed the man who shot and killed a 13-year-old suspected of breaking into cars is a D.C. government employee.
Our Stephanie Ramirez joins us now live from Northeast with more. Stephanie?
Rob, Angie, the mayor confirmed this information today after being asked. Now, she still did not name that person, but she says that he is believed to be a longtime employee. She says she does not know him when she was asked about that as well. This information is coming after a very heated community meeting held yesterday. The mayor answering Fox 5's questions on the matter today said that the outrage is different for different people.
What makes me so sick is that we have a 13-year-old that was at middle school on Thursday and Friday, and by the weekend he was dead. And sadly, it's not that different from other young people who have been killed in our city. And we know who pulled the trigger in this case. We don't always know who pulled the trigger. And in many of the cases where a young person dies, it's another young person that did the shooting. So what's the same is that we have a young person that should be alive.
Guys, dozens of residents packed the Turkey Thicket Recreation Center last night, voicing their frustration that the shooter was not immediately arrested or identified. Many people believing that the man not being identified as well is being protected for some reason. What we know is that the shooter went to inspect some kind of noise and confronted a 13-year-old, Karon Blake, who was allegedly breaking into cars a little before 4 a.m. on Quincy Street Northeast this past Saturday. Sources said police were not able to immediately obtain a warrant, only having the shooter's account of events. The chief would not share what happened leading up to those shots fired, saying that that'll go before a grand jury to investigate whether charges should in fact be filed. I do know as recently as today, police were looking into surveillance video. One in particular, I'm told, shows a vehicle pulling up and 2 people getting out, but does not show the actual shooting. Police did find a stolen vehicle left behind after the shooting. A police report saying that that vehicle was believed to have been taken from another area of Northeast D.C. sometime the night before or earlier that morning. Today on scene here, I talked with a neighbor who said he doesn't care who the shooter is, that only boys delivering newspapers should be out at that time. Another neighbor yelled out the window, police need to identify this shooter and arrest that person to hold them accountable. A lot of different reactions to this case still. The mayor has confirmed that that employee is on paid administrative leave. Back to you.
Yeah. Paid administrative leave. And we know that he is an employee of the government.
That's the problem I'm having.
And he did not tell him who he is.
You know who shot him, but you won't give out a name. If it's anybody else, you named who they was.
They named Zimmerman.
Hold on. They named suspects. Not the people that actually did it.
Exactly.
You naming suspects. You giving out names. But you actually got the person who did it, and you won't give out a name.
Can't nobody be trusted.
Government official, government
Can't nobody
worker,
be trusted.
worked in the government in some type of way for a long time. I don't give a fuck.
They could be cooking up a scheme right now to go find somebody that's out there on the streets, ain't doing nothing with their life, and say it was him.
But I'm mixed on it just the same as everybody else. All the views that's coming in, because damn it, you shouldn't have your little young ass out there fucking with nobody cars
at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Not at all. And I don't know
13 years old.
I don't know who the fuck delivering newspapers that fucking early.
I don't know who delivering newspapers.
Talking about some newspaper boys supposed to be there. Who the fuck delivering people at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, where are their parents? Where are the parents? Where y'all at? Where y'all at?
Cool out. They at work.
What the hell did he doing out there at 14 years old? 13, not even 14. He was 13 years old.
Hey.
13.
Hey, well, mama
sitting
and
up there
daddy,
talking about some deuce.
Well, mama and daddy working, goddamn it, boy. Oh, shit, boys go out and play.
You had our brothers. Y'all ain't even have sisters, the ones that go tell everything that's going on. It was just all 3 of them.
happens. You know what I'm saying? We're young and dumb at that age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that was not supposed to have been the lesson he learned in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. You know, you could have walked that little kid down, you know.
Exactly.
Maybe. Because I don't know how old this government worker, whatever
We don't know
government,
nothing.
but you a trash man.
They say he black. That's all we know. Because the rumors was going around that he was white.
Don't matter.
And that it was racist.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter what color he was at this point. You know what I'm saying?
You did what you did.
The shooter shot somebody he saw outside messing with cars.
Not messing with his car.
Messing with cars.
Messing with cars. You trying to protect and serve the whole community. You the neighborhood watch.
He's a government, whatever.
Employee. That's all they said, government employee.
Because again, government employee could mean anything.
The mailman
not to give out
is a
name,
government employee.
For you to give out a name, it's not a mailman, not a garbage man.
What got me to think was when they said they was on paid leave of absence. That lets me know you
police officer.
Exactly. That's the first thing I thought about, baby, was a police officer, a crooked police officer that black.
You know, they quick to go
community knows who he is. Baby, I'm definitely following this story.
Could have been one of the officials.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out why you trying to save everybody car. They ain't finna let you borrow their car. Ask them, can you go get some milk in their car? They gonna tell you hell no.
BG ain't letting you borrow the car.
BG ain't letting you borrow shit. Pay me, baby. You pay me, baby. I'll let you take my car to the store to get your kids some milk, baby. They need some cereal. Because don't come asking me to borrow no cereal. That's another thing you can't do.
Don't come ask to borrow my car.
That either. If you can't even borrow no milk from me, you know you can't borrow no car from me. Not at all. All right, y'all. We are about to get into our last video for the night. Our last clip, I'll say, for the night. As far as the robber, I'm sure a lot of y'all saw it at the restaurant. Looked like it was a Chinese restaurant. You know how the Chinese folks look like. Or not a Chinese, it could be a wing spot. It could be a wing spot on the corner store. That's what it look like. So here we go.
With an update to the wild story that a lot of people are talking about. The man who shot and killed a robber will not face any charges, at least not right now. Fox 26's Matthew Seedorf joining us live from HPD headquarters downtown with the new information in this case. Matthew.
Yeah, Jonathan, that man met with Houston police today. They're not arresting him or charging him, but that could still change. New details involving this dramatic shooting inside a Houston restaurant. Police now identifying the would-be robber as 30-year-old Eric Eugene Washington. Late Thursday night, Eric barged into this taqueria off South Gessner wearing all black, a ski mask and gloves, demanding money from customers while holding what police would later call a fake plastic gun. Then this man taking action, shooting Eric 8 times as he heads to the door. Then once more, while on the ground, killing him.
Thank God no one else was hurt.
The restaurant owner and workers calling this man a hero, returning the stolen money to customers and leaving in an old pickup truck before police arrive.
Just thankful for the man who helped me, and I just wanted him to take care of himself.
Online records reveal Eric had been out of jail on bond during the attempted robbery. Recently charged with assaulting a family member, the 30-year-old also previously convicted for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, a case 10 years ago that resulted in the death of a 62-year-old Houston man. Police Monday meeting with the customer who fired these shots, so far choosing not to arrest him or charge him with a crime. Tonight, this incident is now being handed over to a grand jury. We're live downtown tonight. Matthew Seedorf, Fox.
And he did. Yeah, we're sorry. We are so sorry.
I'm done with my
He
food.
did. He did. Who said he looked like he just walked up out of there before the police officer got there? He did. He did.
All right.
And then they gonna say they have not arrested him because he haven't committed a crime yet. What? He ain't no nigga. This nigga just walked out the store. He just killed somebody and walked out. Kicked the man and walked out the door. Deuces.
It's not a crime.
And we gonna get into all that. But to me, it was a crime. Because at the end of the day, his back was turned towards that man. He was headed on out. This man, I don't think he got no more than $100.
He was still cleaning up.
No, he was headed out.
He wasn't headed out.
He had been to everybody, Poolie. It wasn't nothing but about 4 people and then 4, 5 people. 2, 4, 6. Maybe 8.
That's what we can see on camera.
Poolie, that shit looked like it was about this big. That's okay. Let's roll this next clip. Poolie, I get a little extra crunk and stuff. But it's only 2 clips.
Just get a little extra.
Here we go.
That's right. That mother tells us her son was trying to get his life back together after getting out of prison. He got a job and welcomed the newborn son 4 months ago. She also says she knew that he was struggling financially, but says she never knew how desperate he was for help.
Thursday morning was the last time he called me.
What did he say?
He said, Mom, son to mother, I'm trying to be the best person I can be.
In an ominous phone call Thursday morning, hours before the robbery at El Ranchito that would end his life, 30-year-old Eric Eugene Washington promised his mother, Corinne Goodman, he would do better.
What he did, I don't condone. I don't. He knew better. He never said anything or made me think he would go this route. He started working, he was striving because he said, Mom, when you send someone to penitentiary, it breaks you.
In 2015, records show Eric was convicted of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon and sentenced to 15 years in prison in connection to the shooting death of the business owner, 62-year-old Hamid Warridge.
He was there. He did not kill their father, but he was there and their father got killed. And that I am sorry for. I never got to say that to them, but I'm sorry for that.
Eric served 7 years and was released on parole. In December, he was charged with assaulting his common-law wife and later bonded out.
He's not the monster people picture him to be.
As the case now turns over to a Harris County grand jury, Corinne has one message for the patron who killed Eric.
I don't hate him. I can't hate him, but I want to know why didn't you stop? If you had to kill him, I can deal with that. I can come to grips with that. He did something wrong. I understand that. But for him to be shot 4 times in the back leaving, and when he falls down and he shoots him 4 more times, he abused him. He was dead already. And that hurt. That hurts.
Now, that customer wishes to remain anonymous. In a statement sent from his attorney, Juan Guerra Jr. yesterday, he said that man feared for his life and acted in self-defense. This event has been very traumatic, and taking a human life is something that will burden him for the rest of his life. Caroline?
Yeah, Natalie, speaking of self-defense, though, you did speak with an attorney yesterday about this case, and we know that the robber had a fake gun when he was shot. So, what was the attorney's take on that?
Well, legal analysts say there was no way for customers in the restaurant to know that the gun used at the time of the robbery was fake. So the threat was there and apparent. And they say in those moments of panic, sometimes adrenaline takes over.
The impact of adrenaline. Now, this was a very stressful event. The important thing to remember is once somebody has the legal right to act in self-defense and to use lethal force in self-defense, then they have the right, whether it's shooting him once or shooting him 9 times.
Once again, any criminal charges for that patron will be decided by a Harris County grand jury. In Southwest Houston, Natalie.
All right. Audra, I'm assuming your question is the mom. Oh, right here. Are you talking about the mom? If you are talking about the mom, I agree. Why he got to be shot so many times? If he did wrong, and I think what she means by if he did wrong was by him coming in there with a fake gun, making people believe that it's a real gun, scaring the hell out their asses. And let's see. Oh yeah, she said yeah. She said yes. Okay, so like I was saying, he came in there scaring everybody like it was a real gun, but it was a fake gun. And he was actually, to me, it looked like he had one more family to go to pick up the money.
Mm-hmm.
So if he had a real gun, that could have been the last family that he shoot and kill. Who knows?
Listen, I would have did the same thing. The only difference that I wouldn't have did was shot him 4 more times after he was on the ground.
And kicked him.
I would have kicked the gun out of his hand, not knowing it was fake.
Well, that's the thing. I should have. I don't know why I didn't play that
That's the whole threat.
I might have.
If I try to stop him, is he gonna turn around and shoot me? I don't want. It's like boxing. We in here to hit and not get hit. So in this case, I'm trying to shoot this man and not get shot.
Yeah.
So yes, you got your back turned, but you might not be walking out the door. I don't know if you're walking out the door or not.
I mean, I get all that.
What happened when he get to the door, decide to turn around and be like, "Oh, y'all died," and just start busting the whole spot up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have stopped him. Now it's too late. I'd have let him get to the door and turn around.
So do you feel like a person that should have a gun should know how to aim?
Yes.
Because if that's the case, this man could have still been alive. You see what I'm saying? If he just would have shot him in his leg.
Yeah, but
He still didn't know if it was a real gun or fake gun.
Exactly, because I shoot you in the leg, you still got hold of this gun. You turn around and start shooting everywhere. You remember when Q was in what's the name, and he got hit, he pulled the gun out on the ground. What happened? He just started shooting everywhere. He wasn't even looking where he was shooting.
Exactly.
But that's what happens a lot of times. People just grab these guns and they just start shooting.
You're right.
You know, just because you pointing in that direction, don't mean it's gonna hit what you think you aiming at.
Exactly.
You got to learn how to hold the gun to actually shoot it to hit what you aiming at.
True.
They just pointing. Bang, 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 bang. One of these gonna hit you.
Yeah. BG said, I'm not sorry for him at all. That's it. He beat his wife and wasn't about to stop his shit. He was on a mission. And he was involved in another robbery before. That's why he had to do them 7 years. But she just said he wasn't the shooter. He wasn't the shooter that killed the person by mistake. Well, we're not gonna say mistake, we just killed the person.
Right.
But he was there. He was there with his homies, I'm assuming. I don't know. Audra said, well, he should not have brought his ass there to rob them people. Now, this what I'm finna play, and you're right, Audra. This is what the next video that I'm about to play is from a different angle. And you guys are gonna see the reaction from when he found out that it was a fake gun. Yeah, I was supposed to have recorded this for me. Sorry. So here we go.
This here is new video from Southwest Houston showing another angle. People leaving a taqueria after a robbery and where someone was shot and killed by a customer.
They are visibly shaken up. Frightening moments, not just for them, but for the owner of the restaurant as well. Maria Aguilera joins us live now. Maria, that restaurant was targeted yet again.
The shooter didn't look like it to me. He was shaking.
Ron Rega, yes, unfortunately, just days after a man walked into this taqueria to steal from customers and then was shot and killed by one of the customers inside this taqueria, was targeted once again. We spoke with the owner who says he's shaken up by both incidents. I feel bad. I don't know how to take care of myself or from which direction will be hit. Pedro Lopez, the owner of El Ranchito No. 4 Taqueria, says he's feeling helpless and worried after his small business was hit twice. Video from inside the restaurant shows the first incident of an armed man in a mask demanding money and wallets from customers. Then, as he was leaving, one of the customers pulled out a gun and shot the man several times. This video has brought national attention to this taqueria. A new video from that night shows customers leaving, including the man who shot the robber, pulling off quickly in a truck. The man who was shot and killed had a criminal history. He was later identified by police as Eric Washington. According to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, in 2015, Washington was sentenced to 15 years for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon in Harris County. Washington was paroled in 2021.
You didn't make
But
him
Lopez says this incident and the attention it's gotten hasn't deterred criminals. There was a death, and not even that stops them. Early Tuesday morning, Lopez was woken up after his shop was broken into. A man was caught on camera entering. Once inside, Lopez claims the thief stole $100, broke his slot machines, and took the money. Unfortunately, he says it's nothing new. The little we do have, we take home because it's been several times they've broken in. Business owners in the same shopping center say it's not uncommon for robberies and break-ins to happen.
But the people are coming and showing gun and robbing. This is too bad over here.
The big question now, will the customer face any charges or walk free? That case now to be presented to a grand jury. Right now, police want to talk to anybody who was here that night or for anyone with information to come forward. In Southwest Houston, Maria Aguilera, KHOU 11 News.
Get away from him. He's going to flip on us. I don't want to flip over.
Which way is it going? Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Here we go.
It's formed right in front of us.
Where's the video? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see. We don't do this type of shit. We don't pull up YouTube. We don't pull up YouTube. So
that's what that was.
Yes, I played that off of YouTube. But this is why I don't play it off of YouTube. This is why. But anyways, y'all see our picture. Oh, it looks so happy and cute. That was your birthday party. But anyway, when you was let me show y'all. Hold on.
Nah, keep going.
He said that's what he was doing. This was right before he got his motorcycle. Everything was about the motorcycle. It was. Yes, it was. It was. But y'all, that actually that's all our videos for the night.
Yeah, he should have got his ass popped.
I don't think he should have.
But yeah, he should have. And the shooter.
And maybe I feel that way.
The shooter should get his ass locked up.
But look, maybe I feel that way, Poolie.
You should have staged your ass at the scene.
Because I know it was a fake gun. Maybe that's why I feel this way. Because I know it was a fake gun. If I was there and going through this.
That gun real.
It was real, and lock his ass up. He scared the shit out of me.
No, lock his ass up. I'm finna hit his ass.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he gone.
I'm finna hit his ass just like he hit his ass.
I'm
not gonna leave.
Let me say that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to say this. Sometimes I just get to talking and talking and talking. I just saw the clip, and he's dead. You know what I'm saying? So I want to apologize. I definitely owe an apology. And I meant to do it on my last show, which was on Wednesday, but it was the family. And I forgot about it. But I want to apologize about my Monday show. On my Monday show, I knew that the young man from Memphis, it was on the sneak peek and everything. The young man from Memphis, he was shot sitting in the car with the gun in his lap, and he was in a stolen vehicle. And the police pulled up on him. And I accidentally came out and said that he was shot dead. And he is not dead. He was shot, but he was not dead. Okay, so I definitely want to apologize for that. And I want to make it right and correct it.
Okay. Apologize.
Yes. You know, sometimes you got to do that if you're wrong about something.
She apologized.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I sure am apologize. You got to. BG said, I'm with Poolie on this one. Shoot his ass. He got to go.
as far as we know, this man got a gun, and at any given moment, he can shoot any one of us.
Yeah. Like I said, it was like one family left.
People that got robbed thought that it was going to be a clean robbery and thought that these people were just going to take our stuff and walk out. They took our stuff, started to walk out, turned around, and shot 3 people.
Yeah, that is true, baby.
Like, I'm not taking that chance.
I remember when we went and got our guns.
Somebody come in and try to rob me, I'm giving them what I have. And as soon as you turn your back, clack, clack.
I remember when we went and got our tools, and I remember calling Audra, telling Audra I finally got me one. Fully got his, I got mine. And I remember telling Audra that I remember the guy the older man, he was an older man that sold us our tools. And
nobody selling my tool. I bought my tool.
No, at the place.
I didn't buy my tool from there.
You didn't? I thought we both bought ours from there. No. Oh, you ordered yours online. He ordered his online. See? Them kids could be ordering them offline. But anyways, let's talk about that after this. Hold on. Remember I said that. So,
what you said?
That you ordered yours offline, because I got a question to ask about that. But anyways, so when we went to the gun range, where I bought mine from, I remember the man that sold it to me saying, if a guy come into my house and break in, that is, and I'm in the house and I'm coming out with my gun and I'm not going to say all, he's stealing my TV and leaving out the house. He said, don't shoot him. Don't take him out. And I remember telling Audra that. And Audra was like, I don't give a damn who come in my house.
He's not posing a threat. He's not posing a threat. He got a TV in his hand.
Exactly.
This motherfucker didn't have a TV. He had a pistol.
Yeah.
Fake pistol. But
to us,
as far as I know,
it was a pistol.
When he came in, my eyes just went like this. I really don't see what you got. I saw what you had.
Okay, so we don't condone violence. We don't want y'all to go shooting people and all that stuff. No, but Poolie, if you was there,
do defend yourself.
But listen, if you was there and you was the 4th family, me, you, and the kids there, and we're the 4th family, like he came in, went to that family 1, that family 2, that family 3, and then we're number 4. Do you think you would have shot him before he even got to us?
Yep. He would have got shot when he came to us. As soon as he came to the last couple, which we are the 4th couple, pop. I'm the last one. You getting hit, buddy. It's on me. You getting hit. You know, the 2 that ducked down as soon as he came in the door. Mm-hmm. First 2 in the front. You know what I'm saying? They didn't come straight to them. But if any one of them had a gun, they didn't duck down already. They coming your way. Take no chance.
I'm just laughing. I already know. Let them come in the doubt.
I hate to see people die in this way, man.
Let me and Audra be a juicy crab. Let me and Audra be a juicy crab. And some nigga decide to come in there and act a fool. As soon as he make it through the doubt, and he say, hands up. My hands will probably be like this. Audra's hands gonna be in her purse.
Yep. Quick.
Audra's hands gonna be in her purse, getting her shit together. Okay. Tennille, if you don't want to see this, close your eyes. But I'm finna pop his ass. I can hear her now. I can hear Audra now. I really can.
He turned around. I'm looking for my hot sauce.
BG said his mama didn't say jack about him beating his wife. He was not a good guy. He got that smoke. Mesquite. Now, look, I'll just say, I know it. But again, I'm just one of the people that don't believe that, we should take other people's life. Unless they're trying to take yours. And again, I guess I didn't know that was a fake gun, then he would have been trying to take our life. I guess.
But I'm upset with the simple fact that this man did what he did, and didn't even wait on authorities to get there. That everything.
That's why
known.
I feel like he needs to be
You
locked
just
up
got the
too.
hell on. But not only did you just get the hell on, you shot the man 4 more times while he was on the ground. So
And kicked him.
And kicked him. And the man was about done already off the first 3 shots.
Yeah. So
When
he
went
definitely
down,
need to be.
I'm assuming when he went down, he went down. And after he went down is when Buddy came over there and gave him some more love taps. Finished him off. If there was anything to finish.
No, BG. No, I would not, BG. The Lord gonna guide me and make sure I'm just fine in his home. And I know, now we know. Okay, I'm finna say it. We know for the church. What was that church at?
Which one?
The church that got shot up
It's been
by
a
the
couple
white
that
boy.
have been shot up, burned up.
Black church.
Why it's gonna be so many, baby.
Shut up. Bye.
What you thought it was?
White man. I'm typing it in, y'all. We gonna see. Dylan. The one that killed the 9 people.
Young boy.
Yeah. Him right there. I'm finna show y'all. Don't worry. I'm finna show y'all. I'm finna bring it on up so y'all can see it. Y'all remember Dylan?
One.
It was what?
I was like, he ain't the only one.
No. It
was
was
probably the most
South
recent.
Carolina.
He's the
South
most
Carolina,
recent
y'all.
one.
Oh, I thought y'all could see it. Hold on, there you go. South Carolina.
One of.
Yeah. I know y'all remember this. Oh, Poolie need to be seen.
Thank you.
You're welcome, baby. So South Carolina, the South Carolina shooting, where it was 9 people in the church. It was their prayer meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It was their it was their prayer meeting. I think this right here in 2015, this is what scared me to go to church. I remember this happening in 2015, June 17th. I remember the Charleston.
Because you saw the date, but
Yeah, because I saw the date, but I remember this happening.
Yeah, I do too.
You know, he came to the door and they let him in. They let him in. They knew he looked kind of suspicious, but they didn't want to turn him away because it was church. And he had came in, he had sat down, I remember all of that. That was sad. This was very, very sad. So
yeah, you're right, BG.
What BG say? Right here?
Yeah.
You gotta keep one hand on your gun at church these days.
You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to nowhere, but
Tamika said that's our hometown.
We've become that.
Hey Mimi. I love you, boo. We need to talk. We need to talk.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
Okay, y'all, we finna get off of here. I do have to get ready for the show tomorrow, 3:00 p.m. Eastern time. I'm so super duper excited about Damon Lamar Reed. He is an artiste. But he actually paint murals of missing women.
Okay.
Missing black women.
I remember who you're talking about.
And one of the women that he painted, after me doing my research, looking and stuff, he painted Kiera Coles. And we did a show with her mother on Peachy News. Her mother came on the panel. Her mother came on the platform, and he painted her picture. And I think I used one of the paintings in one of the pictures that I did or something. I've used it. All right. So that's Saturday. Then on Monday. Pooh, don't say shit. Monday. Real Poolie was like, that don't look like her. And I had to tell Poolie, makeup makes a difference in everybody, including myself. Makeup make a difference. You know, it enhances your beauty. That's what makeup does. And this young lady was stabbed 6 times by one of her so-called friends.
That's fucked up.
Yes. And when y'all find out, if you don't already know, because this story went viral, if you don't already know, when you find out why this woman stabbed her 6 times, baby, you're going to be blown out the water. Flat out. You're going to be blown out the water once you find out why she stabbed her. I couldn't believe it. The young lady that stabbed her, she is arrested. She is locked up for attempted murder. I will not be able to show all the pictures. Right? You know, sometimes I have to look at Poolie. You know, be like, oh, Poolie, what should I do? Cause Poolie, no, I take a risk. I take a risk in a minute. But I'm not gonna show a lot of the pictures that was just horrifying, basically horrifying. So make sure y'all tune in. She will be coming on. She will be explaining what happened, how it happened. And I told her, I said, this interview gonna be like no other. Like no other, baby. Because I done seen her on some of them interviews, okay? I told her, I said, this is gonna be like no other. So I'm excited about her coming on Monday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. This right here is the GoFundMe that I told y'all I was gonna show before the end of the night. This is the GoFundMe for Midonyis. #Donis. #Donis. Okay, make sure y'all remember that. Because Kenyatta's fighting this. And she wants y'all to know that this is just the beginning. And she's definitely fighting this all the way to the end. Okay? So if y'all can help her any type of way, if you are an attorney that could help her, a lot of people contacted the Saginaw Police Department, including myself. We contacted the police department, and well, I'm gonna have to bring you off for a second, or I could probably move you in there. There you go. But I contacted the police department, and so did others. And this was before probably like the day before that she came on the show, as a special guest. And I contacted them and I asked them, I said, well, have y'all looked in the river? Because we knew that he had got out of his great grandmother's car and went towards over the bridge. But the other person that was there that saw what was going on was trying to call 911. By the time she looked back up, he was gone. So no one knew if he actually jumped in or if he just actually just left. Okay.
But if he just left, you have to see him somewhere.
Well, no, we're talking about Ojibwe going over that bridge and coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if the moms, I mean, I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly where it was at.
If you go over there and you hit the bridge, you jump over. The water's right there, but you do have a.
But if you all the way down at the light, it was at a light. And I'm assuming that part. that part.
So now she was at a light. We just gonna assume she had to wait on the light to change.
She was at a light.
And it took a long time for the light to change. Yeah, he could have got away. He could have been anywhere. But the way it made it seem like you saw everything, and then last minute, boom, I saw him, and then when we went to look for him, we didn't see him.
And I'm gonna say this too. Because, like I said, I talked to Kenyatta today, and she told me whatever you want to tell, you can tell. That's fine, you know. And everything, of course, like I told y'all, is allegedly on my show. But she did mention that a white man told her sister or I'm not gonna say told her sister. I'm not gonna say that. Told someone. That's what I'm gonna say. I know who she told, but I'm gonna just say someone. Told someone that they saw him jump in. Wait a minute. They saw him jump in, but they did not want to say anything to the police because they didn't want to be involved with the police. They didn't want to be involved with the police.
After the fact, ain't that a obstruction to an investigation or some shit like that?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know. All I know is if y'all could please donate to Kenyatta, you can put in her name. You see it at the bottom of the screen. Kinyata, Cosby, Cosby. If you can help with any donations, that'll be awesome. Anything can help at this point. Anything can help. We gotta police ourselves in these streets.
We have to.
You say that all the time. Police say that all the time. That we gotta police ourselves.
I mean, first of all, that's the problem in our community. We used to police ourselves. We used to watch our children. We used to can you get that off my face now?
I'm trying.
No, take it down and get it off my face.
No, let's do it right. No, the end of the show is about Midonyis. There, it is now covering up your face. Your whole face is showing. Okay, go ahead.
I done lost train of thought.
Oh my
God!
God!
What I was talking about?
We were talking about policing ourselves.
I don't want to talk about it no more.
I'm sorry, y'all. You know, Pootie gets. I would say he throws some temper tantrums, but temper tantrum was that woman at the beginning of the show. She the one that threw a temper tantrum, baby. So y'all, we are at the end of the show. BG said, "OMG, that was so sad, y'all. That was just so sad. Like all that could have been avoided. That was my thing. All that could have been avoided if y'all would have did y'all jobs and looked in the river. These folks done paid money for search parties in the freezing cold. It was freezing back then. It was like right around Christmas time, Thanksgiving, all that. Because he was gone for 60-something days. You know?
Yeah, I have to kind of agree with you on that there. Because, I mean, yeah, he had mental issues. But y'all was not looking for an 8-year-old. Y'all not looking for a 7-year-old. Y'all looking for a grown man. And he did not get kidnapped.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it like that. He did not get kidnapped.
No, he did not.
This is a grown man.
Not saying grown men don't get kidnapped.
No. Not saying that. But I'm just saying, you know, yeah, I was saying it could have been foul play.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that. I was saying that maybe he did run off.
And they are waiting on the
autopsy. Somebody got a hold of him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was real confusing for me. You know, they say they looked by the water, but I guess they didn't look in the water.
To me, I feel like they didn't want to spend their money, and I told Kenyatta the same thing. They didn't want to spend their money. They didn't want to use their resources. They knew if he was in there, it's a really big possibility that he'll just float his way up. And my thing is,
he made it to the temple, and you said it was over by Ojibwe.
I'm assuming it was over there. I'm assuming.
No, they said they found him by the behind the temple.
Yeah, but I'm
saying
assuming
is,
Ojibwe.
Right, and that would be where, you know what I'm saying, he could have come from if he did go off into that water. So,
but if they would have used their resources and the money that they have to go in there and look, the mother wouldn't have to had dealt with something like that. I mean, somebody literally had went live, and I think he was a reporter or whatever, but went live on Facebook And allegedly the body was there. You can see it on Facebook. To avoid all of that hurt for a mother, do your job. If you think he in the water, okay, get the divers together. No matter how much it costs, get the divers together, get them in there, and let's go ahead and find and search for this boy. That's how I feel. If he was possibly white, they probably would have blocked the whole road off. Bridge and all, park and all, everything would have been blocked off until they get in there, get this child up out of there. I have to watch what I say, y'all. Julie tell me that all the time. Sometimes I get a little too loose. A little too loose. Julie, you want to say anything before we close out this show?
No.
No. All right, y'all. We are out of here. Don't forget to check me out tomorrow. And we will have Damon Lamar Reed on the show tomorrow. 3:00 p.m. Eastern time. All right. We out of here. We out of here. Follow me on all my platforms. Please make sure you subscribe to PGT Time on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on IG. And definitely make sure you download that Roku app. Okay? Make sure you download the Roku app. All right, y'all. We are out of here. So our next show is what, Saturday? So here we go.
PGT Time is for the culture. Tune in every Saturday for the Weekend Spot, where the misses show crime in our Black community and showcase independent artists. Special surprise guests for the hottest interviews. Tune in each and every Saturday. Check out the flyer for showtimes.
Dad!